All right, so basically I've come up with a strategy to create the 7D core array I'm going to be working on right now. This is our Qubit lattice medium, and then we need some cores. I prefer to use smaller cores for this portion of the test, but I don't know if I truly have enough small cores left, but I should, at least for a sampling of the test. First things first, though, in order to elevate these cores, well, actually, no, let's go ahead and string them up, because I did want to make the cores more 7th dimensional, but I'm thinking that can actually wait. Right now, let's go ahead and get ourselves a freaking 7D core array. And it's unlikely that I truly need more than a few in this version of the 7D core array. But we'll see. We'll see what we wind up with. So what I was going to do is coat the cores, these little balls, because right now they're actually quite 3-dimensional. But I'm going to do it in stages. I mean, of course they're 3-dimensional, but geez, in order to be true 7D cores, they have to be cores, which means they have to be at the center of something. Now, a core by itself is kind of just a sphere if it's not really the core of anything. And so my plan to elevate them to cores was actually gotten from a comment that said that I need to coat the cores. Sorry, I got a little focus there. That I would need to coat the cores, and you know, with my comments, I can't really tell if people are joking or serious, but it's brilliant. That's why I don't really care if people are joking or serious, because it's true. They needed to be coated. But fortunately, I have plenty of slime and other, well, some varieties of slime, to be honest with you. And so I can do a test where this first test I will coat them after. Really, these cores need to be coated before. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter when they're coated, now that I think about it. But I think traditionally I would, or going forward, I mean, I would coat them before I assemble them. In this case, though, so that we can begin, I'm going to coat them after. And my strategy here actually comes from some research that I was doing in the 4th dimension. Because I was discovering, you know, as the hydrogen, truly, I mean, the only true atom in my opinion, would be hydrogen. The other elements, while still atoms and still fourth dimensional, are, I'm not entirely sure actually, multiple atoms. That's one way, I guess, of saying it. So anyway, let's go ahead and implement the strategy I was thinking about. What's the best way to do this? So I have 7 cores here. What I want to do to make these cores 3-dimensional, because I realized doing a 1-dimensional doing a 1-dimensional 7D core array was not going to be enough. That's what I got from the tests. So this right here, to me, would be 2-dimensional. So I need to take it up yet another notch in order to get it to be fully 3-dimensional, mimicking what I think atoms higher than hydrogen do on the periodic table, which is 4th dimensional complexity, I suppose you could say, via geometry. And so that's what we're trying to do here. This is kind of like, what's the atom after carbon? Oh, this is not as easy as I thought. Hello. Oh, somehow it just decided to work. That's the benefit. You know, I'm going to give the time machine credit for that spontaneous 3-dimensionality. Perfect. Perfect. All right, this is going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and attach this. Let's start with the first rung of the lifter. Come on. Perfectly placed. And decided to fall off. Don't do me like that. Let's get this. Wrap that. I think one wrap will be sufficient. Get this side. Wrap that. Go ahead and tie that right here. Who would have thought this would have worked so well? Who would have thought? The hoverheads, that's who. The hoverheads would have thought. Let's get one more tie in there. Oop, don't fall apart on me now. Too close to the finish line, baby. So we're basically making higher level atomic nuclei. Right there. Drop those. And now for the grand moment. Let's go ahead and see what kind of test we're able to perform here. How taut is that? Okay, let's see. Wow. Wow. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Whoa. That would happen under no circumstances. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Look at that. Completely over. Success. It's the three-dimensional core, you guys. The three-dimensional core array on the Qubit lattice. And it worked. Worked like a freaking charm. Now, that's without any coding. That's effectively a three-dimensional core array that is already performing. Wow. 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 Whoa. Look at that. It's performing so well. So much durability off of a fly test. You see the new hover time machine engines here attached. Are they working? Come on. Are they freaking working? Wow. Wow. Okay. We're going to take the test to the next level here. Let me get a few more tests just at this level because this is really just astounding me. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. What is that right there? Okay. I wish I could get it in a high speed so I could see it in slow motion. Okay. It's collapsing into the second dimension, so before that happens, let me go ahead and get this test in. Wow. That's just out of this world. Literally. This, at this point, qualifies as alien technology. The lift is out of this world, guys. We're not having any challenge whatsoever. Wow. Okay. Let's get this in one more time. Okay. Okay. I'm excited. We've invented a functional hoverboard, ladies and gentlemen. Only thing now is tweaking specs. Actually, I'm going to do one more upgrade. One more. Take a look at that. One more upgrade before we proceed any further. Well, let's see if I'll be able to clean this off enough to even get this upgrade together. Wow. Might have to wait for this to just dry out rather than spend the hours to remove it. So we know that the three-dimensional core array works. But now we need to go all the way when it comes to making this a 10D hoverboard. Because right now we're at about 9.5D. So So even though I said we invented a full hoverboard, I have to be honest, we're almost there. But in some ways, we're still right around the corner. Now, of course, I would like to fully test this, remaking the 7D core array. Oh, jeez. It's all right. We can come back to that. We know that works now. We know that works. Without a shadow of doubt. We are certain that that works. Now, why do I say 9.5D? It would be strictly ninth dimensional because I associate ninth dimension with entanglement. One part of entanglement, though, or one benefit of entanglement. I also associate the ninth dimension with tectonic plates, and I say that so that I can add to this next piece, which is one aspect of entanglement, or benefit I should say, is modularity. So the ability to have modules, right? And tectonic plates are a fantastic example of modules. Not only do I think that the ninth dimension is also naturally at the scale of individual tectonic plates. What does that mean? That roughly 300 feet might be the, well, actually, might be the limit to functional entangle to a single module. Did I say 300 feet? Sorry, 300 to about 1,000 miles. Maybe the limit of individual modules. That's just one aspect of it. But anyway, so right now when you have individual functional parts, those are modules, right? So on this board, these are modules, right? And in your car or vehicle, you know, right, you have very many modules. But what makes it a complete unit is that it's designed for your ability not to care about the modules. And that's why, what do? They don't leave the modules bare. Because nobody's trying to, well, some people are, but many people are not interested in the modularity. They're interested in the unity. So for us to elevate, oh, I forgot that slime reacts naturally with this foam and makes it sticky. And so that's what we're doing. That's why they coat it with vinyl. Oh, got some glue on the wax, which is going to adversely affect its ability to slip and slide, but we should be able to remove that fairly easily, as wax is not even greatly adhered to itself, which is one of the things that makes it such a great propellant. now we're going to do the same thing. Coat our interior in vinyl, or our exteriors, removing the modularity. Now we're going to leave the wax, of course, exposed. I'm going to make this one longer than the other one because the other one is not even fully covering the foam module. The good thing is this doesn't negatively affect, in fact it actually protects the purpose of the these. So the lifter, the foam portion of the lifter, this is actually going to be entirely removable. You're going to be able to change these out, and then you're going to be able to change the cores out. Oh wow. Okay. Let's go. Ooh, let's not get our fingers stuck here. Let's not get our blade stuck inside there either, actually. And so that unity, which is a type of linearness, and I say that because linear is, of course, the first dimension, elevates us one dimension higher than modularity and brings us into the full 10th dimension. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Even let's just test this. Still wants to slide up. I am putting a little vertical pressure on it from the back to like let it lift up, but it's incredible with the 7D core array right there. Come on, we're out of here. We're zipping through space. Well, not space, but zipping across the earth. This is a little bit more interesting because I have the cores here. I don't know that I really want to cover them up. I would cover them up. I wish I could. I mean, the engines, the hover engine, the hover time machines. They're time machine engines technically, but I mean, not that they're time machine engines. Because there is a visual aid in making the engines visible as one of the key components, especially of the Time Machine Tree series, is its effect on imagination. So can't imagine what you've never seen. Cut out. Oh, it's still drying. Go ahead, dry it, my friend. And cut out the core, the Time Machine engine, sorry. Saying core. You can tell the core is on my mind. Oh. I actually don't want to take it all off. That's more than enough, time machine. Perfect. Clean that up later. I'm just trying to get a good idea of what the 10D board is going to be like. Wow, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. From the 7D core array. I mean, I could have never known that the 3D core array, look at how the time machine engine just pokes out of there. It's absolutely brilliant. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and skip that other step. Go straight for the second step here. And you know, if you can see how every step adds, it's crazy. And what I mean by every step, I mean every step along the way of research to the time machine to research in the hoverboard itself. Everything adds up. That's why we're here where we are today. So now, having essentially completed the model, we're really only going to remain in testing so long as it takes to, as far as the model, because we need to go to the prototype now. Now that we know what we're doing. Though I actually still need to test the full hoverboard, because this is the modified skateboard. This is the full hoverboard. So I still need to test here. But to be honest, I was only testing if the modifications themselves would add up to also working on a hoverboard, which I actually don't anticipate will work. So it's really just more of because I mean we're going to need significantly more anti-gravity without, you know, a mass you know, correction apparatus, which is what wheels are. Make sure these wheels still turn. Wow. Wow. Incredible. The model's here. We reached into time. And we pulled out a hoverboard. Reached directly into time and pulled out a hoverboard. We have our core right here. I need to assemble another one of those. Let's go ahead and do some basic tests on it. Mobility testing. I'd actually like to do a little bit of resilience testing. Just to see where we are, and then I'll call it for now. Actually, I need to do two tests. Let me do the least destructive of these two tests first. 10th dimensional kinetic sand test. Of course, still getting stuck on the wax. Stuff really loves wax. Let's test the sides though. Wow. Excellent. All right. Next step. Interesting. Slime. A lot of people ask what the slime is for. The slime really allows us to, because you're submerging basically the board into a quasi 3.5, in my mind, 4-dimensional material. Because it is a quasi material. And one way you know so slime is 4th dimensional is that it only exists for a time. But I guess there's 3-dimensional things that do the same, but I guess I won't win some people over by telling them about the slime testing. Alright, that's it for now, you guys. That is it for now. Exemplary testing. We will be back soon for the next stage. This has been a breakthrough day. Oh, I was tired, but this just gave me energy. See you guys soon.